right, so now what we're going to do is perform a lat pull down. Now there's a lot of different ways you can perform a lat pull down. This system or this technique that we use is something that is quite effective, but yet again there is multiple ways that you can do a pull down. So what I'm going to do is we've got the weight nice and light here for Crystal. So Crystal, I'm going to get you to stand up for me. As she's already taken a seat, you can already see that she's already got that to support her knees, which is perfect. But that's your first call, is to get that supported onto your knees. That way when you get your load under, you're not gonna go flying out of your seat, and you're well supported. That way you can stabilize that weight as well. So Crystal, what I'm gonna do is go for a nice wide grip. Okay, so when we're looking at this position, because Crystal's in the movement and she can't physically see that, a good indication is to kind of get an eye reference off here and work the way out. So we can already see roughly that she's just a little bit further out on this side. It's just a little handprint in there, and that way she'll be even. A good way you can kind of tell as well is the way that you're contracting down, whether you're feeling certain tension throughout the back. But yet again, if you are quite tight in the scapulas or so forth, you will notice that that's going to be quite uncomfortable regardless. So what I'm going to get Crystal to do is take a seat down with that bar now. All right, so as you can see here, Crystal, before even performing the movement, has already moved her feet forward under the pads here. What we want to do is kind of shuffle her body nice and firm forward. So when we're looking at this movement, what you actually want to do is make sure that her hands, elbows, and her lats, or her shoulder insertion here, are all in line with that bar and coming on a vertical plane straight down. A lot of people will actually sit further back, and then they will start to create the plane of a forward movement. It's perfect to be under as a vertical plane, so that way you're actually putting as much load and pressure into those lats, which is our key focus here. All right, we don't want to be doing a row and contracting through the scapula. So Crystal, what I'm going to do is take a deep breath out, exhale. So when she exhales, what we actually do is get a full ply in her scapula, as you can see here. All right, so what we're going to do is get Crystal to focus on squeezing her elbows into her lower lats here, or into her hips. As she does that, we're going to have a slight compression down into the spine here. She's going to keep her head nice and neutral, but she's actually going to retract through the lower back and erectors and elevate her chest towards that bar, and then extending back up. As she extends back up, she'll let it fully extend. She'll take a deep breath in. As you can see, her scapulas are fully retracted, and then back in again. Good. All right, we're going to pick up the tempo a little bit, so we're going to go on a 2-0-2 tempo. Crystal, for me. So as you can see, it's not a swinging motion, it's very controlled, but at the same time, the whole load and the pressure, or the line of direction, is coming directly through the lats. As you can see, her elbows aren't flaring out, which is not going to cause any scapular or rhomboid action or engagement. And she's not using momentum to get the weight down. So it's a very controlled and very safe movement as well. And that's it. Perfect. Well done.